にちは、愛です。Hello, my name is Ai. I'm a Japanese mom who lives in Southern California with my 2 girls and my partner. In this video, I'm gonna introduce Japanese home cooking. Keywords are easy, simple, yummy, and Japanese. Have you ever heard the word おやつ? おやつ is a 3 o'clock snack in Japanese. So Japanese people, Japanese kids, Japanese adults, they enjoy snack at 3 p.m. and it's called おやつ. So everybody loves 3 o'clock in Japan. Even at the companies, they serve some tea and little sweets or snack at 3 p.m. and we really enjoy relaxing time. And my favorite おやつ for a long time is Castella. Castella? Castella is very moist, fluffy sponge cake. And the word Castella came from Portuguese. It's a Portuguese word. And when Japanese people started trading in 16th century with Spain and Portugal, we got lots of influence from them. And food was one of them. And Castella actually means the Castilla Island in Spain. So Portuguese, it's a Portuguese, but it means an island in Spain. And Japanese people, we love Castella. And I remember when I was little, Castella was such a treat. I felt so lucky when I have a Castella for おやつ, and my mom always made a nice tea and I had Castella and I felt like I'm a princess. So before I start demonstrating, I'm gonna explain the points of making a good Castella or differences of Castella from other sponge cake. First, we're gonna use 3 kinds of sugar. One is granuated sugar. Second one is zarame. Zarame is a crystal coarse sugar. And third one, mizame. Mizame is like a simple syrup, thick simple syrup. You can buy at Japanese grocery store, but if you cannot find it, you can make it, and I will explain how to make it. It's just a simple syrup, water and lots of sugar, and you can substitute with corn syrup too. Second difference, we use the bread flour instead of all-purpose flour. When you use bread flour instead of all-purpose flour, texture is so different. Texture becomes, we call it mochi. Gives a good texture. And next one, like making a sponge cake for shortcake, whip a lot. Whip very till it gets really thick. Whip the egg white really thick and add egg yolk and then whip more. So whip to kind of max. And fourth, when you add flour, usually when you bake a Japanese cake, sponge cake, you mix folding gently, but for Castella, mix very well till it gets sticky. So for the bar mixture, I use the paddle and then mix very well till it gets sticky. And texture for the Castella is very important. So when you pour into the baking pan, you cut through with spatula so that bubble comes out from the dough mixture, and finishing cake becomes smooth, nice and smooth. And I will demonstrate. And before you bake it, you spray. The purpose is to keep the moisture inside of the oven, and cake becomes moist. So when you put the cake in the oven, you spray. And double baking. So we're gonna first bake at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then lower the temperature to 300 degrees and bake another 40 minutes. Double baking. And after baking, last but not least, after baking, wait for 3 days. You don't eat right away. It tastes better. Wait. It gets all settled down, very moist. So wait for 3 days. はい、I explained so much. So let's see how to prepare castella. It's really good. And I have an announcement. I used to have a Japanese lesson, one expression a day at the end of the channel. And now I have started a new channel for the So from this video, I'm not going to have Japanese lesson anymore. So if you are interested in Japanese, please check my second channel, Program Japanese. I'll put the link on the description box. This is a recipe for 8 by 8 inch square baking pan castella. We need 8 egg yolks, 6 egg whites, 1¼ cup of bread flour, 1 cup of granuated sugar, 1/3 cup of coarse sugar or crystal sugar. And if you don't have a mizame or corn syrup, you can make 5 tablespoons of mizame using 5 tablespoons of water and 7 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Over the 8 by 8 inch square pan, place the parchment paper and make sure the size is a little bit higher because the castella raises during baking. Shift the flour. We're gonna make mizame or heavy simple syrup. So with 7 tablespoons of granulated sugar and 5 tablespoons of water, microwave for 2 minutes. And it gets really thick. And make sure you wear gloves. It's really hot when you take off from microwave. And today I'm using a bar mixer because I have bar mixer. But you can use the hand electric mixer too. And place the 6 egg white and beat until it's stiff. The secret of good castella is beat egg white and egg yolk very well. As you can see, it's very thick and stiff. Add 8 egg yolks and beat more. Beat until it gets kind of whitish and stiff. Add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Mix well. Add 1/3 cup of coarse sugar or crystal sugar. Again, mix well. And add 5 tablespoons of mizame or heavy simple syrup. You can substitute with corn syrup or honey too. And we are adding flour. Before add flour, change to a paddle attachment and add flour all at a time.
and again mix well. So this is different from Japanese style sponge cake for like a strawberry shortcake. For Castella, you can mix very well till it gets sticky. Now it's ready to bake. As you can see, it's very nice and silky and sticky, very thick, well mixed. And pour the mixture in an 8 by 8 square pan. And using spatula, cut through the dough several times. The purpose is to break the bubble inside of the dough and finish the castella with nice smooth texture. And from the high point, drop the pan. And again, using a spatula, smooth out the surface. Now we're gonna bake for 15 minutes in a 350-degree oven, and make sure you spray the water before you start baking. The purpose is to keep the moisture inside of the oven, and the finishing cake gets very moist. Lower the temperature to 300 degrees and bake for another 40 minutes. Make sure the surface, the color of the castella, it looks brown, but this is a very good color. Castella's surface is supposed to be a little bit dark brown. And place the parchment paper on the surface, working surface. And you can take it out from the pan easily and flip over the castella and tightly wrap. Wrap the castella tightly with saran wrap, and we're gonna wait for 3 days before we try. After 3 days, it's ready to eat. The color is beautiful and texture very moist. Really tastes good. Better than store-bought. 文明堂のカステラより美味しいかもしれません。